Alright. Hello YouTube, welcome back to more Kerbal Space Program. You join a flight in progress with a little bit of flashing, so I'm going to move the camera, as I always try to do, to avoid seizures. We are currently basically winding up for a maneuver node that will take us out to Dres for a manned return mission, and we are using our brand shiny new fusion engine, which has performed well in testing. It's managed to circularize our orbit, but this will be the main burn that really tests it. Now, we're actually very close to a transfer out to Dres. We're actually only 50 days out, so time warping has not been too bad. The only thing is we're going to have to run the burn manually. Now, the burn is supposedly going to take an hour and 48 minutes in real time. I will be time warping through a lot of that. So, yeah. I guess be glad you guys don't have to deal with that, and it hopefully will actually work as intended. So I will... Once we actually start the burn, and you guys get a little chance to take a look at the engine in action, in case you missed the last episode, and we confirm it's definitely going to take that long, I will then absolutely be cutting it out. You guys are not going to be wanting to sit here listening to me being out of ideas, things to talk about for a good hour in real time. Like, nobody wants that. In theory, if I've got the maths right, it should be 6,500 seconds before... Well, now it actually gets the right amount. Okay, we need to cut that down to 3,250. It's not a 2-minute burn, by the way. That is 100% categorically wrong. Right, we have not had any deuterium boil-off. I maneuver node isn't even until the other side. That's how little of an effect we're having. I'm going to quick say this as well, because I'm not sure this is going to work. We might even have to actually push ourselves out of the Kerbal system before we can even do this maneuver node properly, but right. In fact, I'm going to specifically wait until we are at least past halfway there. I don't even care if this throws the maneuver off and we have to split it into two parts. We're going to do it. So. Oh, 13 minutes. Okay. Right, I need to quickly pause and bring up the calculator then, if it's going to be 13 minutes. Right, back in one moment. In a typical turn of events, we need to be 420 seconds before maneuver. I wish I was making this up. I'm not. That's apparently the right timing, roughly. I'd time it for 14 minutes, but it should bring us to about 7 minutes before departure. Well, pretty much exactly 7 minutes it should be. Okay. And yeah. I will see you guys in well, in about what would it be in times full speed? In about 3 or 4 minutes. Alright, hello YouTube, we're back. I don't want to say hello. I just realised in recording time I only said the intro like a few seconds ago. I had a little bit of a scare there because we were down to about 300 power before we came back around the other side of the planet. I genuinely thought we were going to run out. We're not quite done with the maneuver yet, but we're nearly there. I'm going to go back to time warping again, but I'll leave this a little bit in because we're near the end of it. We're going to have to fine-tune probably any moment. Right. So I'll wait until we get down to about 40. I'll drop the time warp. And we'll go to map view. Pew, pew, pew. Right. How close do we actually look to our... And do we have a... Wait, do we have an encounter already? No, I think it has to go purple to actually get an encounter, right? Right, did we get it? We didn't quite get it. So we're going to have to do a fine-tune burn, but that's fine. And by fine-tune burn, I mean we're going to use the RCS, and we're just going to use the RCS to fine-tune the last like 20 or so meters a second delta V. But as much as that completely incorrect burn time is a right pain in the backside, I had forgotten about that. It does work. It is actually a very efficient engine, and it did get us to where we needed to be, pretty much. So now what we have to do is make it so it actually gets us exactly where we need to be. So, to 100. What's it rated? Oh, it's rated for Dres landing at 20 kilometers, so we'll go for... Or 12 kilometers, I should say, the Delta V chart, so... We'll go for 20, a little bit higher, but that should be fine. What we'll do point us to node. Wait, if I do force roll 0, is that going to keep us facing upwards? We'll double check that, but what we'll point to node, and we will just use the RCS. I'll just hold it down as we... to give us a kick forwards. I believe we have forward-facing thrusters. We have a good bit spare. We should only need about, in theory, only need about, would that be 860 to come back up? We've got over 2,000, so even accounting for a bit of docking, because we'll have to dock to the front of this. That should be fine. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's actually going to keep us, I believe, facing the right way. Oh, for quite a steep upwards angle, actually. That's interesting. Is Dres on a bit of a tilt? Oh, it is. Oh, it's got a big tilt. Okay. Sure. Right. I don't know how long this burn time's actually going to take with our RCS, so I'm going to give us a minute, which may not be even that generous necessarily, but... Right, warp to a minute before our node. I don't believe we have any... Oh, do we? Oh, hang on, we've got loads. Actually, no, it's fine. We could do it when we get to our maneuver. Yeah, I've actually got quite a lot. I didn't think we'd have that many. Right, because we've probably not recovered them. That would probably be the difference. Yeah, we can run those two, right? Because we can recover them. And if we deploy the bay, we can deploy the solar panels in the bay as well. Oh, so our electrical charge was looking a little bit dodgy there, but we should still have the radiator facing into the sun. Quick save. RCS. Let's check we're not using undue levels of Delta V to do this, but I believe it's okay. Oh, shoot, you're kidding me. I forgot to put the lower thrusters on. Okay. We might have a problem now, because I don't know if we're going to be able to dock properly or not. Oh, you've got to be kidding me now, is what I realise. Try it anyway. If not, we may have to somewhat run off this mission, or we may have to return on just RCS or something. We'll work something out. Oh, that's a pain in the backside. I can't believe I forgot about that. I think we have most directions of travel covered with that RCS, but we're going to lose some, and we've got to dock at an awkward sideways angle. This may require some finagling. Anyway, for now, we'll focus on the important bit, which is getting us there in the first place. Can't believe I forgot that, man. Oh, purple. We got an encounter, that's fine. Right. Cool. We have our encounter now. Create a node in front of it, and then we're going to use the good old auto warp to get us out to there. Oh, that's why it's laggy. Thinking that's weird. We're lagging. We're just in space. Don't waste that. Anyway, right. What is the way we're going? Initial time warp. Oh, right. We can run some science reports. Or at least get the data anyway. We won't worry about doing those two, because we don't want to be scrubbing them out at the moment. Actually, no, we can do that, because we can have the scientists recollect it. Gravity scan. Crew report. 10. Right. We'll do an EVA report once the craft has stopped rotating. Once it's basically stopped anyway. Right. Are you our scientist? No, you're our engineer. Okay. I think this is something like you hope you know where you're going. Material study, we can't do. Right, deploy primary base. Deploy our various experiments. Okay. That. Keep that. Collect all. Certain scientists of ours can go out and scrub them out. We wanted to do this one. Can you not? Can you not scrub it? Have we goofed? Or did it automatically scrub? Where's the goo unit? One of these, right? That's module full. Oh. Oh, have we goofed? Have we somehow jammed that? That's weird. It should be collected, right? All could be collected. I guess if it's collected, it's collected. I guess if it's stuck, it's stuck. We'll just have to take what data we can from the rest of it. That's a pain. Don't know why that happened. We've been fine with that sort of thing before. We've got a scientist on board to scrub it out. Ah, man. We're having a weird run of luck at the moment. Flickering a little bit, but we have some kind of transmission. We should probably just collect a mission control, right? Then we'll have a chance of just getting a signal. Even if we're miles away. If we just go straight to mission control, there's a chance we'll be able to occasionally have a signal with them. Yeah, we even have one. It says we have one now, but we don't. It's not quite sure what's going on there, but oh well. A very scuffed mission, and we have to get back to Tex and tell them, yeah, we've ended up with deep science data, not not data on the planet you actually wanted because of shenanigans, basically. But we'll see if we could also take the data out on the ground, because I'm sure we've been able to do that before. I'm just going to manually warp it a bit closer. And another warp. Since time warping doesn't seem to be deleting our maneuver or making our maneuver go invisible, we can skip that step. Oh no, there it is. Right. 2 hours. Right, so we've got a short period of time to circularize. Periaps. What kind of delta V are we looking at? 2,500. Quite a bit, actually. Clearly had to slow down quite a ways. Actually, that is quite a lot. That is more than I was thinking. We should still be okay. We did overbuild quite considerably. It might depend a bit on how much it takes to get back to Kerbal. Right. So, we need to point this to node. But you can use a bit of modern propellant. Don't need that much of it. We also need to do a test burn to see how long it's actually going to take us, and then we'll roughly get it to the right amount to actually slow us down where we need to be. Also, by all except TBA. Collect. One moment. Okay, I had to pause very briefly there. Magnetometer report. Okay, oh, that was the last one as well. Of course. Right. Collect all. And save. And our next thing is to very quickly test the engine to get our actual accurate burn time. Oh, I'll see us off. 21 minutes. 10 minutes would be, what, 600 seconds? Do 660. We'll give it a little bit of a lead. Whoop. Engage what? Mr. Not Sulu, I suppose, but Mr. Wow, I can't even see it. Oh no, there it is. Oh, it's not even brown, it's grey. Wow, even more exciting. This is why people make fun of Dres. Oh yeah, there it is though, we can actually see it. I can imagine for the Kerbonauts, it's probably a welcome sight. They've finally reached their goal. Might not be that interesting, but they're there. Yeah, so we'll have about 5,000 left, not including the fact that we won't have to use fuel on the lander, so we should still be well above what we need. We should be about 2k above what we actually need for this mission, but just in case. As said, we overbuilt. Especially since we were running on a, what was technically an untested engine until this flight. This would be another case where I'll skip through the main burn. What I'll do off camera is I will circularize us at 100 kilometers, because you're not going to want to wait through that. It's fairly routine stuff. Not even 120 kilometers, and then we'll cut back when we're back and we're a little bit nearer the ground. So I'll see you guys in a moment. And we are back once more. Just quickly getting into position for our circularization burn. Let's use RCS because we need to slow down a bit quicker than this. I had to guess slightly how long that burn would take, and I think it's about right. We're going to be at about 28 kilometers. It's a little off, but the Apple apps kind of went from enormous millions of miles to like hundreds of thousands in like a fraction of a second. It was extremely quick, so I'm actually quite glad we didn't end up just like on a collision course to crash into the planet and then have to pull it out again manually. I'm still a little worried about the docking. That's the bit that really I'm like, that's not what I'd planned for. And we have the slight problem with that in that we can't necessarily stop very easily, because I don't know if we have upwards facing RCS because of that. And again, we'd have to dock on the side. If our docking port was on the nose, at least we could use the main engine to accelerate, but like, well, to help as an extra thruster in a sense. But yeah, we'll do what we can with it. Again, at least the main engine has worked to get us out this far. We have used quite a lot of fuel. I think we will need a lot of it to get back. We're going to push our altitude up to quite high again. We'll push it up to 1,000 once we're ready to go. You know what? I'm going to consider that good enough. Now, low orbit on Dres is actually about 12k, so I actually don't think we'll get low orbit science. Interestingly enough. Right. The other thing we have to do, we now need the relay. We now need the relay actually operational, because we have to be able to control this thing. Kerbin, please. There we go. So Beacon is going to refocus one of its antennas to point out to our craft and, well, talk to it. I believe the range is fine. It's just the fact that there isn't anything pointing at it at the moment. I guess because the mission control can't transmit far enough to transmit back. It can't actually kind of talk to it. Do not redirect. What's the Dres? Status okay. I think I said 10 GM. We're at 400, so wow, that's actually pretty high. Right. So view, and let's switch back to our craft. It's also the point of no return in a sense. So what I might even do is quick save, and then if it goes wrong, we can just not ever separate the craft, which is not really the point of this mission, but ultimately if we do find ourselves able to undock it, at least the mission will be salvageable with that. So, oh, I'm glad that didn't break anything. Now, can we actually... Okay, it's a good thing we did do that, because we actually need to undock that manually, because apparently we still don't have a signal, despite the fact I thought it said it was connected. So I don't think we're going to be able to do anything else with this thing. I think we're just going to have to hope it works, basically. What we are going to be able to do manually is deploy that. And, okay, that way, at the very least, we still... Well, we don't have that getting in the way. Off. Save. No, don't quick save. Okay, too late. Too late. I literally forgot what I said seconds ago. It's fine. It's fine. What could possibly go wrong? Except it already has. It literally already has. Right, EVA report. Space Hive Dres, you've recorded your observations about the situation. Great. That doesn't mean a huge amount, but great. Right. Landing guidance. God knows where we want to land here. That looks quite flat, actually. Landing guidance. Pick target on the map. We're going to go for the Lowlands. Because that looks nice and flat, and that is about the most information we have on this planet. Point landing gear. I'm going to quick save because we might as well now. We do have to be a little bit careful with the auto warp. We know how Mective's auto warp goes. We have seen that screw up before. Does it have a signal, or is it indeed just out of range? It's definitely attempting to broadcast in the right direction. Maybe the relay didn't quite work as intended, because I'm not seeing the relays return signal. It's unusual. Maybe it was something there. Anyway, but now it's okay if we have to try and fiddle it to get connection back. Or connection back. I don't know if that picked up or not, because I moved back a bit. We can potentially try that. Oh, we do get a world first for bringing people into orbit at Dres. Yeah, we did that before we even set a probe, I suppose. We're going straight on in. It's about 4K to land, which is 4K, 400 to land, which is about what I've been led to believe. There's our RCS thrusters. And our main engine. Right. If this ended up orbiting at about what? Somewhere between 50,000 meters and something else. I'm not sure we're going to need to rendezvous autopilot at any rate, basically. Going to need warp helper at the moment, but we will need that later. Can keep an eye on how long this episode's been running. I think we still got. I'll run it for another we'll do the landing. We'll get as far as the landing. We'll do some science, and then we'll maybe call the episode there. That seems about right to me. It's going to be interesting trying to recover it, because I don't know if we're a bit balked because of the forgetting of including RCS thrusters, which I hate because I moved these parts specifically so I could put them in. That really bugs me. Oh. For all except EVA. So quantity of us. Optometer report. Hey. Put that too. We should have a good deal of science data. We actually should have a really good amount of science data. Save a lot of warp at this point. So I'm going to disable that being automatic as well. I'm going to do it manually to just make sure it definitely goes off. I think I nearly always end up doing, but it still checks out. So the ground is mostly flat with some lumpy bits. Hoping on a micro level it's not very lumpy. So it could be lots of little lumps. They did do texture overhauls with the planets. They do look a lot nicer now. This is a little while back, but the planets were a lot muddier looking a little while back. There's a rock there. I think there's actually 3D. I'm not sure. We can maybe have a look at that later. One of our scientists. Looks like all has gone well there. Gentle descent to landing now, I believe. Yes, this is where Mekjev used the time warp before, and it just absolutely smashes into the surface. It did not go well. We bounced. We nearly flipped. Not great. This time, though, plenty of time. We're on a pretty good flat surface, honestly. It's not quite flat, but it's not far off. I think we're going to be fine for this step of the mission, at least. Again, that return step is dodgier than expected. There's our return craft, I believe. Ooh. Yeah, and RCS, please. Okay, well, we're down. We've done that bit without issue at least. Clicked all except EVA. Is that magnetometer going to function in this environment? I don't know, because there's no thing. Atmospheric pressure? None, I'd imagine, or at least basically none. Temperature? Some. Seismic thing? Oh! Changing the speed of vibrations into differing materials below the surface. So it's not just one solid thing. Gravity sensor. Crew report. Can we run the magnetometer? Probably not, but there is no atmosphere in the way, so potentially no. Okay. We'll save again. Ladder out. Antenna. Right, we'll get them all out because I believe they get experience for it. I think I've been forgetting to do that on other missions. So, first to set foot on Dres. And, this place really is a dump, isn't it? I'll try to be nice to it, but I mean, look at this. It's just flat. Which is good for landing on. Good for our purposes, but of course we do have to do the formalities. First, raise landing. It was a technical marvel. What's here? However, it's still fair to say that said Marvel is probably more interesting than what it brought us to. This place is a dump. The craft. Bill, for the sake of your experience, you should disembark. Right, Bill can run the jetpack test. Okay, we are looking at jetpackable atmosphere. Or atmosphere gravity, I suppose I should say. And fairly high jumping. Oh, land on, I guess. Maybe he doesn't have to actually get out. Other way, right. Dofrod, you're going to exchange your parachute for the eBay science kit. You're going to take us some science readings from the surface. Yeah, were there any rocks? No, I don't think there were any rocks. I don't think it was 3D. It is just flat. It is just flat here. Oh boy. Whee! Right. Surface sample 240. After digging around for a bit, you find some nice bits of glass and throw them in your sample container. Huh. So that must have been asteroids like fusing the surface into glass. You look closely at the ground, you can see there are many types of deposit mixed together into a big grey featureless mess. Oh, it's golf. Of course, we need to check out what the golfing's like here. He's about to smash the solar panel, isn't he? Okay, no, he is golfing the other way. Good. Yum. Oh, a little wave at the ball. Still cute. So that's the same as ever. Initial testing of off-rail sporting possibility is a go. Oh no, that's the same message. Oh, I thought it was different. I thought it was different per planet. Oh well. Space golf is an option, basically, is what we're taking up here. Perhaps we should include some space golfing equipment on the colony ship. That seems to be their the preferred low-gravity sport of choice, I think, at the moment. Right, well, again, I hope you Kerbals have enjoyed the trip, because you're going to be back in the rocket for another 3 years. After your, 2 minutes on the Dres' surface, if that. Tis the Kerbal way until they give us more to do. Unless you are one particular Kerbal on Minmus, I think Rotop, who's been out for quite a while. He's probably wishing the others would let him back in the ship. Right, but that's where I'm going to end the episode. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. We'll get to the recovery part of the mission in the next episodes. I do make games as well as playing them. So the best way to support the channel, as well as the normal subscribing and stuff, is take a look in the description. There's a link to the games I've made. You might like them. And I'll see you guys all next time. Bye-bye.